everyone to the stream. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we've got a packed session where we'll do price analysis, check the setups for crypto trades, and dive deep into the latest crypto market updates, Bitcoin price action, Ethereum trends, and all the breaking financial news that could move the markets. For those of you who are new, this channel, Digital Learning, is where I break down crypto news, market analysis, and also share tutorials on digital tools, trading tips, and tech insights. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, this is your go-to space to stay ahead. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's analyze what's happening in the markets together in real time. Currently, if we check out the Bitcoin chart on one-day time frame, the price is gaining momentum after retesting its current support, which is marked with yellow horizontal line. The price must hold above $112,000 to touch the resistance of $122,000. And if we look Bitcoin chart on 1 week time frame, we can notice that the buying volume have been decreased from couple of days. So you must keep an eye on important levels of Bitcoin as discussed earlier. Opening short position in Bitcoin is not a good idea. Instead, we will look opportunities in altcoins since some altcoins have touched their overbought levels. If we look on price chart of Ethereum, we can witness such a remarkable performance since Ethereum doesn't break the support of $4,000, and its future price trajectory is also looking very strong trajectory. Remember, every trading decision requires enough market research and analysis, so you should do your own research before opening any positions. The analysis that you found on our channel is not financial advice. Ethereum has higher chances to touch $5,000 resistance, so there is an opportunity for long position from this level. You can set TP, which is take profit target, at $5,000. Now we will check for trade setups. In AVAX, RSI level is about to touch 70, which is the overbought area, slightly. And the daily candle has a long upper wick, and this coin is about to test a major resistance. So if you want to take short position, you can open short at $30. No need to take high leverage. Remember, always do proper risk management while trading crypto in spot or futures. You must set stop loss at $50. You can set TP at $28 or $27. There is also a great opportunity to short YGG token. This token has already reached to its overbought levels, and the correction is expected in upcoming days. You can set the TP till $0.22 and $0.2. Do let me know when you get the profits from these trades, and make sure to like our videos and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Now I will share the trade setup in Chainlink. As you can see the price chart of Link, it has successfully tested its support of $21, and now it's trying to pass the $26 resistance level, so there is an opportunity of long trade in Chainlink. You can open long from here and can set TP at $27 and $30 for good profits. Talking about Numeraire NMR token, there is short position opportunity as you can see that it has lost bullish momentum for short term, and the price can collapse to $16. So you can open short position from current market level and set TP to $16. Last but not the least, the trade setup of Solana. Solana is gearing up for a massive rally after the huge breakout, and it can easily touch $260 resistance, or it can make a new all-time high if the price stays above $174. So if you want to open long position, then you can open long from the current levels and can set TP at $260. This is not financial advice. Do your own research before taking any trade, because we will not be responsible for any loss, as we are providing the best market and price analysis only. Solana is gearing up for a massive rally after the huge breakout, and it can easily touch $260 resistance, or it can make a new all-time high if the price stays above $174. So if you want to open long position, then you can open long from the current levels and can set TP at $260. This is not financial advice. Do your own research before taking any trade, because we will not be responsible for any loss, as we are providing the best market and price analysis only. The global crypto market has just crossed $4.1 trillion in value again, a level we last saw back in July and August. A huge reason behind this pump is the massive inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs. Just this week, they've brought in over $1.7 billion, with nearly $800 million in a single day. That's a clear sign that big institutional money is flowing back into Bitcoin. But it's not just Bitcoin making moves. Ethereum ETFs are also recovering after a tough week of outflows. This week, they've seen over $230 million in net inflows, showing strong investor confidence. Big firms are buying up ETH too. One company, Bitmine, just added more than 200,000 ETH, taking their total holdings close to 2 million. What does this mean? Institutions are not only doubling down on Bitcoin, but also betting heavily on Ethereum. And when that much money flows in, it signals confidence and can drive prices higher. Of course, remember, while inflows are bullish, markets can still face resistance and short-term corrections. Always stay cautious and manage your risks. We've got some really exciting news about BNB. Binance Coin has officially broken its all-time high, hitting around $929. This massive pump is being fueled by a few big factors. First, we're seeing strong inflows of stable coins into Binance, which means fresh money is coming into the market. On top of that, Binance continues its regular BNB token burns, which cut down the supply and naturally push the price higher. But here's the part that's making waves. CZ, the founder of Binance, is calling for banks to adopt BNB. Yes, you heard that right. He's encouraging traditional banks to integrate BNB into their operations and even offered to help them with the process. Now, think about what that could mean. If banks actually start using BNB, it wouldn't just be a crypto token anymore. It could become part of mainstream finance, payments, treasury operations, even tokenized assets. That's huge for legitimacy and adoption. And here's the fun fact. BNB's market cap has now surpassed that of UBS, one of the biggest private banks in the world. That shows just how massive BNB has become in the financial landscape. Analysts are even saying if this momentum keeps going, we could see BNB pushing towards the $1,300 range. But of course, nothing moves in a straight line, so we'll have to watch if profit taking or regulatory risks slow it down. So, what do you guys think? Could BNB really make its way into the banking system? Or is this just hype for now? A hacker linked to a past Coinbase breach just bought $18 million worth of Ethereum, ETH, at around $4,756 per ETH. Let's dive into what this means, why it's important, and what you should watch out for. So here's the story. Ethereum was purchased by a wallet that has been linked to a hacker who is believed to have stolen crypto from Coinbase in a prior attack. That wallet just moved in nearly $18 million of ETH at a price of about $4,756. We don't yet know who exactly this person is, or if this is part of an attempt to move or launder stolen funds, or maybe they're trying to ride the ETH wave. The fact that this is coming from a known hacker wallet adds a lot of risk to the move. When big amounts from a hacker wallet move, it sets off alarms. Exchanges, investors, and on chain watchers start watching to see if the funds are going to be sold, transferred, or used in a way that could affect market sentiment. If this ETH is sold, it could increase downward pressure. On the other hand, if the funds just sit there, it still increases uncertainty because people will start wondering, when will this wallet move again? Plus, there's a reputational issue. When a wallet is publicly known to be linked with theft or hacking, its actions draw more scrutiny from both law enforcement and the crypto community. Keep an eye on what happens next. Does the hacker wallet move or sell the ETH soon? If yes, that might trigger a drop or volatility. Do exchanges flag or freeze transactions coming from that wallet? Sometimes exchanges have procedures to handle known illicit funds. Look at the broader ETH price reaction. If this incident causes fear, we could see more volatility. But if the market views it as just another wallet move, maybe nothing changes right away until there are more developments. What do you think? Will this 18M hack wallet buy push ETH down? Solana is performing very strongly, and there are three major engines pushing it upward: a NASDAQ listing, rising hopes for a Solana ETF, and some technical upgrades that are turning heads. Let's break down what's going on and whether this run could stick. NASDAQ listing boosts credibility. A company called Sol Strategies, which focuses on Solana, got approval to list on NASDAQ under the ticker STKE starting September 9. That's huge because this is one of the first Solana dedicated firms to trade on a major US stock exchange. They hold around $90 million in Sol, while other Solana trusts manage up to $420 million. The fact they're stepping into NASDAQ gives Solana credibility. Mainstream investors tend to take notice when things go from crypto only to regulated stock markets. ETF hopes are heating up. Folks expect the SEC's new generic crypto ETF framework to speed up approvals for a Solana ETF. Some analysts now believe there's a 90% chance a Solana ETF gets approved by late 2025. Also, Solana's staking yield, about 7%, is attractive, especially compared to non-yield assets like Bitcoin. That makes it more appealing for investors who want both growth and income. Network upgrades and on-chain strength. Solana isn't just riding hype, it's network activity. DeFi usage, NFTs, meme coins is growing fast. Monthly active users are up, and total value locked is around $15.3 billion. Recent upgrades like Alpenglow boosted block capacity by about 20%, easing congestion. And there's excitement around the FireDancer client, expected to push throughput massively. All that strengthens Solana's case as a performant Layer 1 option. Where to watch out for pullback? New records often invite profit taking. Also, regulatory delays like SEC moving slow on crypto ETFs, or technical issues like congestion or gas fees could trigger temporary drops. So, is this the start of a serious upward trend for Solana, or just a short-term pump? If you believe ETF news plus NASDAQ listings plus network upgrades equals long-term strength, then this could be setting Solana up for more. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Sol can break past $300 soon? Are you holding through this momentum or taking profits along the way? If you are finding this stream helpful, then show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel, Digital Learning. Pakistan is now ranked third in global crypto adoption, and the rise in crypto adoption is leading to launch of international crypto firms. Big move from Pakistan today. The government is officially calling on global crypto exchanges and virtual asset service providers, VASPs, to apply for licenses to operate in Pakistan. If you've been watching global regulation, this could be a major shift. Let's break it down. All right, here's the scoop. Pakistan has set up a new regulatory body called PVRA, Pakistan Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, under their Virtual Assets Ordinance 2025. This is the authority that will grant licenses to firms that deal with digital assets, exchanges, custodians, wallets, and more. They've officially sent out a call for expressions of interest from global crypto firms, meaning if you're a major crypto platform already licensed in another country, you now have a chance to apply to legally operate in Pakistan. Why is this big? A few reasons. First, Pakistan says its crypto sector already serves over 40 million users and handles about $300 billion in annual trading volume. That's massive. Second, with regulation comes legitimacy. By offering licenses and enforcing compliance with anti-money laundering, counter-terrorism financing, and know your customer rules, Pakistan is trying to bring its Wild West-style crypto market under control. Third, it sets up a pathway for innovation. Regulated sandboxes are part of the plan, plus frameworks that are friendly to Islamic finance or Sharia-compliant products. That opens doors. Of course, this isn't all roses. There are things to keep an eye on. The licensing requirements are strict. Firms need to already be licensed in a major jurisdiction and must show strong compliance credentials. Not every crypto firm will qualify. Speed and certainty matter. Regulatory clarity doesn't always mean regulatory speed. There might be delays, ambiguity in rules, or implementation issues. Also, what exactly being regulated looks like in practice, how much oversight, what kind of fees, what governance will impact whether firms see this as attractive or too burdensome. For viewers, especially those following altcoins, exchanges, or regional adoption, licensed exchanges could mean safer, more reliable platforms for you as a user. More firms entering Pakistan legally could increase liquidity in many coins there and reduce reliance on foreign exchanges. If you're a developer or investor, this could signal opportunity. Talent in Pakistan, local demand, and infrastructure may get more investment now. So that's the headline. Pakistan is officially opening its doors to global crypto firms under a new regulatory regime. Could this make Pakistan a crypto hub in South Asia? I think it's possible, but a lot will depend on how well they execute. What do you think? Will this be smooth sailing for global exchanges, or are there pitfalls ahead? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Big news from El Salvador today. The country says it's moving forward with plans for Bitcoin banks later this year. Yep, real banks that operate using Bitcoin. Let's unpack what that means, why they're doing this, and what it could mean for crypto adoption worldwide. El Salvador has passed a new investment banking law on August 7th, 2025, that allows banks with large capital, at least $50 million, to offer services in Bitcoin and other digital assets. These are not just regular banks, these are investment banks targeted at sophisticated investors. Under this law, those banks can hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets, issue crypto products, offer lending, deposits, and possibly even run entirely as Bitcoin centric institutions. Also, the country's Bitcoin office tweeted, "Bitcoin banks are coming to the Bitcoin country," signaling the government's intention to deeply integrate crypto into its banking system. This moves El Salvador beyond just making Bitcoin legal tender, which it did earlier but later amended, into actually offering banking infrastructure specifically built around crypto. For sophisticated investors, those with $250,000 plus in liquid assets, this could mean easier access to Bitcoin based financial services from regulated entities. It positions El Salvador as a kind of test case or pioneer for what crypto banking could look like. Not just wallets or exchanges, but real banks handling crypto natively. Risk you should watch out for. Regulators will need to ensure these banks maintain strong compliance, AML, KYC, financial stability. If that's weak, risk of fraud or misuse could rise. Market volatility of Bitcoin could make banking operations tricky, especially if a lot of exposure is tied to price swings. Also, although the law is passed, the specifics, how many banks will apply, how fast they'll license, what services exactly they'll offer, are still not fully detailed. Expect some implementation delays. So, what this means for you and the crypto market. If you follow crypto, this could be a bullish signal. As infrastructure improves, adoption typically goes up. More regulated services, more trust from investors. It could increase competition among nations wanting to lead in crypto banking, spurring innovation elsewhere. If you're a sophisticated investor, this could open new opportunities in El Salvador. Things like yield bearing crypto services, loans in Bitcoin, etc. So that's the rundown. El Salvador is doubling down on its Bitcoin strategy, turning from legal tender policies to full blown banking integration. Do you think this will succeed, or is it too ambitious too soon? In the comments. Big development in the stablecoin world, Tether is launching USADT, a fully US regulated dollar backed stablecoin, and they've just named Bo Hines as CEO of Tether USADT. Let's break down what this means, why it's important, and what to watch next. Tether, which already issues USDT, the huge stablecoin with a market cap over $169 billion, is now building USADT, a brand new US regulated stablecoin. The goal? Align with US laws like the new Genius Act and offer businesses and institutions a compliant alternative to cash rails. They've appointed Bo Hines as future CEO of Tether USADT. He has legal, policy, and business experience, including work on US crypto regulation. Tether wants American leadership from day one. Regulatory clarity? USADT will be issued via Anchorage Digital, the only federally regulated crypto bank named in the announcement, and will comply with the Genius Act. This means more oversight, stronger reserves, more transparency. Trusted reserves and governance, with Cantor Fitzgerald serving as the reserve custodian and other regulated institutions involved. Tether is aiming to build strong trust around USADT. Growing US stablecoin competition. Stablecoins are under regulatory focus in the US now. Having a regulated stablecoin from a massive issuer like Tether with clear compliance could shift money flows and product development. Also gives institutions more confidence. Even though USADT is planned and regulated, it hasn't launched yet. Watch for the official launch details, how exactly reserves are handled, what disclosures are made, and how interoperable it will be with existing stablecoin products. Regulatory risk still looms, laws could shift, enforcement can vary, and there's always scrutiny with stablecoins given concerns about reserve transparency, systemic risk, etc. Market acceptance. Will businesses, exchanges, wallets treat USADT differently versus existing USDT? Will there be incentives, lower fees, better trust to switch or adopt USADT? If USADT succeeds, it could become a preferred stablecoin in regulated US products, ETFs, DeFi protocols, payments, etc. That could push demand and usage. Could lead to more innovation and safer stablecoin infrastructure, which is good for everyone, lower risk, more trust. Also, for holders and users of USDT, this signals that Tether is hedging by offering a more official or regulation-friendly alternative. Could be interesting to see how they integrate or differentiate both stablecoins. Huge news out of the Avalanche ecosystem. The Avalanche Foundation is planning to raise $1 billion to set up 2 crypto treasury firms in the US, all to stack AVAX and strengthen its financial position. Let's dive into what this means and why it's important. So Avalanche is looking to create two treasury vehicles. The goal: raise $1 billion across two separate deals. One deal is a private investment of about $500 million led by Hivemind Capital in a company already listed on Nasdaq, with Anthony Scaramucci advising. The second deal is via a SPAC backed by Dragonfly Capital, also aiming for around $500 million. These treasury companies will purchase AVAX tokens directly from the Avalanche Foundation and at a discounted price. So Avalanche is essentially letting these treasuries buy AVAX cheaply, which could help them accumulate quickly. First, this is a strong signal of institutional confidence. When big crypto funds are setting up treasury vehicles to hold AVAX, that suggests they believe in its long-term value. Second, by offering AVAX at a discount, the foundation is incentivizing accumulation, which could reduce circulating supply over time. That scarcity effect could be bullish for price. Third, this comes in the context of more companies doing crypto treasury strategies, modeling what MicroStrategy has done with Bitcoin. Avalanche wants to lean into that trend. Even though this is huge, there are risks. SPAC deals can be slow or delayed, and discounted sales could lead to sell pressure if those treasury entities decide to offload. Also, raising $1 billion to buy AVAX works best if demand stays strong. If broader crypto sentiment weakens or regulatory headwinds hit, AVAX could face resistance. Keep an eye on how many AVAX are bought versus sold and how the market reacts to these new treasury firms being announced. If you're holding AVAX tokens, this is likely positive. More accumulation and less selling from the foundation could support upward pressure. It could also attract more institutional interest if AVAX treasuries become visible players. For anyone watching tokenomics, this could shift the supply dynamics, especially since some of this AVAX is coming from a discount and possibly held long term. So Avalanche is gearing up with a $1 billion plan to fortify its treasury setup and pump up AVAX accumulation. Whether this becomes a major catalyst depends on execution and how these treasuries behave. What do you think? Are you holding AVAX tokens or not? Let me know in the comments. Now we'll look for opportunities. Now we'll look for opportunities to set the trades. That's it for today's live stream. We explored proper setups in some altcoins and also covered major ongoing developments. If you enjoyed this stream, don't forget to show your love and support by liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Together, we can build an even bigger and stronger community. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next piece of content.